Hi, my name is Chris Bosshardt. Welcome to my manipulative and movie lesson plan. Today I'm going to be talking about the number line, and my standard is the 6NS5, which is understand that positive and negative numbers are used together to describe quantities having opposite directions or values. There's going to be three sections to my lesson plan today. First, we're going to practice which is greater, negative numbers, positive numbers. And then I'm going to move to some demonstrations, let students practice using the distributive property, and we're going to break down some equivalencies. And then last, we're going to introduce Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she's going to move up and down the number line as we use the distributive property to find a zero within our positive and negative numbers. So that's our intro. Let's go. Okay, the first part of our lesson today is about scaffolding information and making sure that the students know what positive numbers represent and where they are located on the number line. So I would want to make sure that each student has a number line, and then I want to put some numbers up on the board and have them fill out the number line. Here I have -7, and so I want to label my number line. -8, -9, and then put my numbers up here so that they understand where they are. There's an 8, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll probably put a 10 here so they understand. And just knock these out as they're put up on the number line. I want to observe and assess that they can do this before we move on. Because if they don't know the left side or the right side of the number line, we need to scaffold that and make sure that their understanding is clear. And we can use as many numbers as we want and run through this a few times if there are questions. Okay, welcome to the main part of the lesson. This lesson is called How to Find a Zero. It's on page 212 of our textbook, and it's activity 10.12. Another name for it could be the zero box. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit. And the star of our show is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who believes that you can learn positive and negative numbers. Now what she's going to do is she's going to hop around our number line, and she's going to always want to be at the courthouse, which is at 0. So we have some practice problems here that we're going to run through. So practice for RBG is, what is -5 plus 6? So she's going to start with the -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She just took 5 minus steps back. Plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does everybody see where she is? Is she at the courthouse? She's not. She's at +1. Our goal is to get her back to 0, so we're going to have to make a 0 box. So, -5. What can we do here? We can distribute that to a -2 plus a -3 plus 6, which is what? 3 plus 3. To make our 0 box, we're going to want to take those two, that minus 3 and the plus 3, to make a 0. That is 0. Which leaves us with minus 2 and plus 3. What's minus 2 and plus 3? 1. And that's where she's at. 3 important questions to ask. Where did you start? How far did you go? Where are you now? Those are 3 critical questions that we can ask ourselves to find these answers. Let's try another one. Plus 2 minus 7. We're not going to have to break both of these down because we have a plus 2, but we can distribute the 7 to a minus 2 plus a minus 5. And there's our 0 box. We're going to be able to find out our answer right away. This is showing up right here. It's minus 5. So if we take RBG from 0 and go plus 2, and then go minus 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll see that she is right at a minus 5, which is what we got. Last one we'll do is minus 8 plus 2. Now, I want to go back to the distributive property board over here. Minus 8 plus 2. Now, these are all numbers, but they could be negative. They could make all these negative. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. And do we see anything up here that would work with minus 8 and plus 2? There's a 2 in this, so we're going to be looking at minus 6 and plus 2. We'll go back over here. So minus 8 distributed, taking that unit, getting the 2 out of it, is minus 8 plus a minus 6, right? Plus 2. We have a 0 box. I'm going to switch these 2 around so I can draw my box around them. So minus 6 plus a minus 2. So that's my 0 box. What do you think our answer is going to be? It's minus 6 right there. You're right. So if we demonstrate RBG hopping around the courthouse board, we're going to start her at minus 8. That's where she's starting. And she's just going to go plus 2. 1, 2. She's at minus 6. The primary part of this lesson is to keep RBG in the 0 box area. And I'm going to work through one of these problems using the distributive property and help us keep her there, but also find the solution to our problem. So when I look at this first problem, it's minus 7 plus 4. Now, the 0 box strategy is what we're looking to use. So we're going to use the distributive property to use minus 7 and break that down. Minus 7 is equivalent to minus 3 plus a minus 4. Now we're trying to use the equivalency that includes the 4 because the 4 is over here. If we take a peek back to our distributive property ideas, which one has a 4 in it? There it is, right there. So that's what we're shooting for. And there it is. So minus 3 plus 4 plus 4. Does anybody see a 0 box opportunity right there? That's our 0. That means RBG gets to stay at the 0. Now, the solution to the problem is going to be left over. So minus 7 plus 4, I'm not going to put that there, is equal to, I can put it there, to minus 3. Now, remember our 3 questions? Where did you start? How far did you go? Where are you now? Let's see if where RBG gets to go. She starts at minus 7. She goes 4 steps in the positive direction. She's getting closer there. And she lands on minus 3. So how far, where does she start? Minus 7. How far did she go? Plus 4. Where is she now? Minus 3. Let's do 9 plus 5. Let's use that distributive property to break 9 down to include a 5. So 9 is equal to 4 plus 5. I don't want to do that. And our problem is 4 plus 5 minus 5. Does anybody see an opportunity for a 0 box here? Excellent. Plus 5 and minus 5 is my 0 box. And what's left over? A positive 4. Let's take Ruth on a walk. She's at 9. That's where she's starting. How far will she go? She's going to take 5 steps backwards. Does everybody see how that works? She's at plus 4. We'll want to work on several of these, and we're going to have a Google Doc that each of you will have, and we're going to practice making our 0 boxes and coming up with a solution. So, RBG believes that you can learn positive and negative integers to determine, to practice using the number line. All right, bye everybody.